Heavenly bodies like planets, satellites, asteroids, comets, and meteors, which constitute the universe, move around the Sun to form a solar system. The word solar is derived from a Latin word sol, which means the sun. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun in the solar system. The planet is named after the Roman god of war, Mars. It is often described as a red planet, as the iron oxide prevalent on its surface gives it a reddish appearance. Mars is named after the Roman god of war because its red color reminded early observers of blood. Ancient Greeks thought that Earth was the center of the universe and that Mars was one of the 5 traveling stars that revolved around it. Galileo Galilei was the first person to observe Mars through a telescope in 1609. The first successful flyby mission to Mars was NASA's Mariner 4, launched in 1964. On November 14, 1971, Mariner 9 became the first space probe to orbit another planet when it entered into the orbit around Mars. Mars has an orbit of approximately 229 million kilometers from Sun. With a diameter of 6,794 kilometers and weighs 6.4219 to the exponential of 23 kilograms. Mars has a very thin atmosphere composed mostly of the tiny amount of remaining carbon dioxide, which is about 95.3%, plus nitrogen, which is 2.7%, argon, which is 1.6%, and traces of oxygen with 0.15%, and water, which is 0.03%. The average pressure on the surface of Mars is only about 7 millibars, that is less than 1% of Earth's. But it varies greatly with altitude from almost 9 millibars in the deepest basins to about 1 millibar at the top of the Olympus Mons. Astronomers have noticed certain changes on the surface of Mars that give them an idea that water may also be present on the planet, and it may have life in some form. However, so far, no evidence of water or life has been found on it, although possibility of their existence is still being investigated. Mars's orbit is significantly elliptical. One result of this is a temperature variation of about 30 degrees Celsius at the subsolar point between aphelion and perihelion. This has a major influence on Mars's climate. With the average temperature of Mars is about 218 Kelvin. Martian surface temperatures range widely from as little as 140 Kelvin at the winter pole to almost 300 Kelvin on the day side during summer. Mars has 2 natural satellites or moons, and they are named Phobos and Deimos.